We've all been there. You see gorgeous new paper, stamps, and dies, and immediately you have to have it. It's exhilarating to buy new crafty things, and in the end, we may use them, or we may not. Hey crafty friends, it's Chelsea, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 questions that I ask myself when I'm getting ready to purchase new card making and scrapbooking supplies. These are things that help me think through my purchases, and hopefully I end up buying things that I'm actually going to use and that fit my style. I hope these will help you as well, kind of figure out what are the best purchases for you. Now let's jump into it. So this topic is something that has been on my mind a lot lately because Close to My Heart just launched a new seasonal catalog July 1st, and then there's a new annual catalog for 2022-2023 launching today, August 1st, and there's just so many cool new things that I want to buy. And now if you're anything like me, when you see all those adorable stamps and dies and new papers, you just want to add everything to cart immediately, but that's not practical at all. Definitely have a crafty budget and definitely need to pace myself throughout the year. So I ask these 3 questions to help me narrow down, what do I want to get immediately? What do I want to add to my collection? And do I have something similar to it already? So we're going to start with question number 1. How many different ways can I use this product? I like to think of multiple ways that I can use a product, especially if it's a tool like a stamp or a die. I'll make a list in my head, or a physical list, which is what I recommend so you can reference it later, detailing some of the techniques or types of projects I would use this supply for. Maybe it's a solid stamp, so there are some cool techniques that would work best for solid stamps that I would like to try. Maybe it's designed for card making, but I want to stretch it and come up with ways to use it on a scrapbook page. If you only make cards, then choose products that are sized and designed for cards. If you only make scrapbook pages, then choose products that are sized and designed for scrapbook pages. Can you cross over and use card making products on scrapbook pages and vice versa? Of course you can. I love doing that. But sometimes those things require a little bit extra work, a little bit of extra planning, and that's just not always possible depending on how much time you have to craft. Sometimes you just want to craft, have fun, relax, and get things done. You don't want to have to reinvent the wheel. Workshop kits are a great way to do this. If you're limited on time or money, this can be an easy way to get a sampling of new products with a guide that shows you exactly how to recreate the projects. I make these all the time with my VIPs, and I love that I can count on getting at least 3 2-page layouts done every month. At the end of the year, that gives me a full album, probably more than a full album, which is awesome. When I'm looking at things like paper and stickers, things that are consumable, I try and find things that match the themes and events that I want to scrapbook. I know many of us have large paper collections, so take that consumable label with a grain of salt. I try my best to select papers and embellishments that will support and help me tell the stories and document the photos that I already have. If I know I have a lot of outdoor photos, beach photos, walking trail photos, all those kinds of things, and I have stories that I want to tell surrounding those, then I'm going to select the paper that will support that because I have a better chance of actually using that up. Okay, so am I saying you can't buy something just because it's pretty and you like it? Of course not. I definitely do that quite often. But I am trying to help you narrow down and focus on the things that you will actually use in your crafting. I don't know about you, but I always feel better when I know that the products I'm bringing in are also getting used up. Okay, question number 2. Do I own anything similar? Now, this is where it can help to have some way to record your supplies. If you watched this video, I talked about how I record all of my stamps in Evernote. Stamps are definitely the most of one supply that I own. I have a ton of stamps, and so I've used Evernote to catalog them. That way I can check if one, I've already purchased something, and two, if I have other things that are similar or could serve the same function. If you don't know what you have off the top of your head, then just take a little bit of time and look through that category and see if you have anything else that is similar. Are you like me and have an entire box full of floral and butterfly stamps because you simply must own every variation? That's okay. I use those stamps all the time, so I don't feel bad about purchasing different styles and sizes of my most used icons. Your personal style also plays a role in your decisions. Now, I'm not going to go into detail about finding your style and figuring that out, but if that's something you're interested in, please leave me a comment and maybe I will make a video on that as well. I will tell you, if you think you don't have a style, you do. It's just inevitable. The more you craft, the more you create, there are certain icons, certain patterns, certain colors that you're just drawn to. And if you look through your collection, you might see some of those things being repeated over and over again. I have a friend who I've crafted with for many years, and I can tell pretty much as soon as I look at a new catalog what she's gonna like in there. Maybe not everything, but there's certain things that really stand out. I'm like, that is totally her style. So what does her style look like? She loves bright colors. She loves animal print, anything about wine or cheeky sentiments. There's things that just stand out. I'm like, oh, that definitely represents her style. And I think narrowing down those things that fit your style and that you know you will use will help you when you're trying to make decisions and shopping all these pretty new supplies. Okay, question number 3. It's all about priorities. What are you going to be sad about if it sells out and you miss out on it? As hard as companies try, it's inevitable that things are going to sell out. It's super hard to predict, how much to order of each thing, how popular each thing is going to be, and they can only do their best to estimate what is going to sell really well. I do have to say, I am so glad that is not my job. I can't imagine having to sit down and figure out how much of each item to order. I give them all the credit for doing as well as they do. I always look at a new catalog or release and think to myself, what are the products that I would be the most sad about if it sold out and I didn't get it? Those are typically the things that I purchase first. I will also look for things that I have a specific project in mind for them. If I know that I have a ton of birthdays that I want to document, well, then I'm going to purchase that brand new birthday paper. If I know I want to do a whole bunch of distress oxide blending, I'm probably going to make it a priority to pick up the new ink colors. If what I'm buying fits right in with a current project, then I know I'm going to use it before it gets filed away into my collection and maybe lost in there. If you're able to buy whatever crafty supplies you want, or maybe you like to do a big purchase at the beginning of a new catalog, then maybe these questions aren't as important to you. But if you're on a budget, or you don't want your significant other to see a giant white box full of new crafty goodies arriving on your porch, then I hope these questions will help you narrow down what is the most important things for you to order first. If you want to see both of these new catalogs in detail, make sure you check the links in the description box. And if you want to keep watching, check out this video. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.